I'm Randall with KravMagaTrain.com. In this video, I want to go over the forward leg front kick in place, and I want to cover what the most common mistake that I see. And this is what that is. It's real subtle. A lot of people don't realize they're doing it. They might not, even other people won't notice they're doing it, but it's this. If you watch my base foot, what a lot of students will do when they first learn this kick is they'll take this foot, do a slight step up, and then kick. So it looks like this. Usually be very subtle, but that is technically not the correct kick. This would not be a forward leg front kick in place. That would be a front kick with an advance. And there's nothing wrong with that kick, especially if I need to close a gap or create an angle to land my front kick, that's fine. But that's a different technique in the level 2 curriculum. With this particular kick, this back foot should not move at all. So let me address how to fix this problem. Well, first let me explain why this happens a lot. So first thing is, the reason why students will shift this base foot up just a little bit to kick is in order to balance themselves. Because here's the thing. Here's my hip on my base leg. If you were to draw an imaginary line straight down to the floor, this is the spot. In order for me to have balance, my base foot needs to be on that spot or directly above my hips to have balance when I throw my kick. So when taking a slight step forward, students are naturally creating balance for themselves when they're doing this kick. However, they're going about the wrong way, because like I said, that's a front kick with an advanced step. That's not a front kick in place. So the correct way to do it is this, is to actually shift the hip back. So it's not a matter of shifting the foot forward to get it underneath my hip. It's shifting my hip back. So now you can see it's directly above my base leg, and I can land a kick. So let me give you a few solutions to fix this problem to make sure you're not doing it. The first thing is, start closer to your target. Anytime you want to land a forward leg kick, I don't care what kind of kick it is, you generally have to be closer because you don't have as much reach with the forward leg kick as you do compared to the back leg. So for example, if I'm this far away, back leg lands perfectly. Now if I try to land with the forward leg, I lose a lot of reach. Especially students when they're new to level 2, they're so used to throwing a front kick with the back leg that they're used to this distance. They think this is the correct distance to land a front kick. So what they do is when now it's time to practice with the forward leg, they shift this foot up to gain balance. That's another reason why this issue happens. So instead, start closer, at least a foot closer than you normally would. And then from here, you're going to be forced to do the kick correctly. Because if you try to cheat, take that advanced step up, you're going to feel jammed up like this. So that's how you're going to know you're messing up. So first, start closer. Second thing is, push off with the forward leg and shift your hips back. So notice the motion. All I'm doing is I'm taking this back foot, planting the heel down as I push off the forward leg, and now my hip is directly above my base leg. So now, I will be able to throw the kick properly without adding that advanced step. So a good training drill that you can do to reinforce this is, after you start nice and close, you can break the kick down into 4 sections, which is a common way to practice in a lot of traditional martial arts. This is how I learned how to use a front kick in Taekwondo many, many years ago. This is how we would practice. Step 1 is you just pick the leg up and you chamber the leg. So like I said, push off the front leg, shift the back heel to the ground, now your hip is going to be above your base foot. And then your knee should be as high as wherever you're kicking. So this is stage 1. Stage 2 is do the kick, and it doesn't matter what kind of front kick this is. It could be front kick with the ball of the foot, defensive front kick to the groin, doesn't matter. But this is stage 2. Stage 3 is to rechamber, recoil the kick. Stage 4 is to set it back down to the fighting stance. So this is a good way to practice this. It's also a good drill if you want to improve your balance. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it'll force you to not shift this forward foot, this base foot forward. So that's a good training drill that you can do. Now another thing you can do when you start practicing this kick, especially if you start practicing full power, is 1, practice it in the mirror. That way you can keep it on your base foot, make sure it's not doing that little advanced step. And 2, if you're training with a partner and they're holding pass, especially if you're doing a front kick to the groin, ask your partner to keep it on your base foot to make sure that you're not doing this little subtle step. If you're doing it, your partner will let you know. So those are a couple other suggestions you can have when you're training this technique to make sure you're doing this correctly. So most students, they don't really have a problem with this kick. It's a pretty easy kick to learn, but I see this common mistake, this little thing constantly. So that's why I wanted to make a video on this to address it, why it happens, and how to fix the problem, as well as a couple different training drills that you can do to improve it. So remember, it's a front kick or it's a forward leg kick in place, not a front kick with advanced step. Those are 2 different kicks. They're both applicable depending on the situation. And you definitely want to improve this Because the general rule of any technique is any unnecessary movements you want to get rid of. Especially when you start sparring, start fighting, especially when you're sparring more experienced students. They're going to notice these little unnecessary movements, these little tells, and they're going to start exploiting them and take advantage of you. So it's another reason why you always want to streamline your techniques, whether it be this kick or anything else, as much as possible. Okay, I've rambled on plenty, so I hope those suggestions help. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you next time.